Are you a beginner to technical SEO and you're looking for an easy to go technical SEO template that will not only cover your technical SEO metrics, but will also make sure that your page speed is in check? If yes, then this video is for you. Welcome to Marketing Templates. My name is Naomi Vyas, and in this channel, we not only provide SEO templates that save you time and effort, but we also make sure that they provide results. And in this video, we are going to cover a technical SEO audit because I know how overwhelming technical SEO can be for someone that has not studied CSS, JavaScript, like who doesn't know all the technical jargons. I'm going to go through the basics of technical SEO that will help you understand what are some vital information that you need to know and you need to keep in check for your website to actually perform well. And that's not it. I'm going to even provide a real life example where I will go through a website and make you understand how you can make a better use of this template so that you can start using it for your own website or for your client's website. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. As you guys know, the OGs, that the first sheet is basically an overview on what this template is about and how it can help you, and also how to make a copy of this template so that you can start using it for yourself. If you want to make a copy of this template, all you have to do is go to File over here and select Make a Copy, and that's it. So this is the actual template that you'll be using to do a technical SEO audit. We have made sure to cover all the basic parameters that are required to make sure that your site is healthy and all the technical issues are accounted for, from crawling and indexing issues, site speed and performance issues, mobile friendliness test, security issues, URL structure, schema markup, and so on. I could go on and on with all the technical jargons and get you more confused, but instead I'm going to go through a real life example and show you how you can use this template and what each of these issues mean and why they are so important. So this is the actual example that we'll be using to make you better understand what this template is about and what each of these technical jargon means. And if you have any doubts apart from the information mentioned here, you can just go to the comment section down below and let me know, and we would love to help you out. So getting started, we have mentioned the URL that we'll be doing a technical SEO audit on. It's a nursery based in Sydney, Bronte Kids Preschool. Again, another important information that I wanted to mention here is that, as you know, all websites are different. If we compare an e-commerce website to an enterprise website, there's going to be a huge difference in terms of the technical SEO audit. Of course, e-commerce website has a lot of pages. They have a lot of product pages, collection pages, blogs, etc. While an enterprise website probably has marginally less pages compared to an e-commerce website. So you have to keep that in mind. So yeah, that's just an FYI to keep in mind when it comes to technical SEO audit. So let's get started with the actual factors that you have to keep in check. So in terms of robots.txt, I think that's a given. Every website needs to have a robots.txt and sitemap. For this particular example, they have robots.txt and sitemap present, so there's no issue. Also, I'm using SEO checker tool to make my technical analysis much more easier. It's a free tool. You guys can use it. It's a very straightforward and simple tool to understand what issues are present and which issues are not present. It does the entire crawl of your website and mentions what SEO parameters you have to keep in check, or what speed issues or security issues are there. So it literally covers everything. So it's perfect for a good technical analysis. Of course, there are other tools as well, but for this example, I'm using SEO checker. And as you can see over here, if you go to their SEO analysis, you can find out their robots.txt and sitemap issues. They have their robots.txt present, which is why it's checked over here. They don't have a sitemap location, but this is something I'll be explaining further in the video. If you go to their actual sitemap, you can see over here they have a sitemap present in the website, but it's not in the front end and it's not accessible. And I'll explain that a bit better in the upcoming factors which I'll be presenting. So number of index pages, they have a total of 16 index pages. You can see over here in the SEO checker, they have total index pages, which is 16. Number of target pages not indexed. So if you go to the actual website, most of the target pages are, of course, their homepage, which is a given, their branch pages and their blogs. So I did a quick check and the target pages are indexed, so there's no issue in terms of that. However, in terms of their disallowed or no index pages, they have one, which you can even see over here. Yeah, non-indexable pages is one. So this section gives you a clear idea on the total number of index pages you have and which pages are even not indexed. Because a lot of times, a lot of websites I have seen when I do an SEO audit, that their main target pages are not even indexed. And the pages that are not even necessary are indexed, like their author pages or some other random filter pages are indexed, but their main money making pages are not even indexed. So you need to make sure to check that, like that's very important. So let's go with the link health, total number of redirects. I think there is total number is 4. Yeah, as you can see over here, they have 4 redirects. So I'll just add 4 over here. I think I missed adding that, but you can easily find the total number of permanent and temporary redirects in the SEO checker tool. Let's check with the broken links. They have 2 broken links. If you want to check in detail which URLs have these issues, just click on this and you will find what broken links are there, what redirected links are there. As you can see, these are just plugins. It's not that important, so we don't have to worry about it. However, we can mention that over here for clarity. Okay, now this is very important. Like, let's see how many versions does this website have. A lot of websites I have noticed when I do an audit, like they have multiple versions of their website and they wonder why is their website not performing well. The reason is because you have duplicate pages, you have multiple versions. Of course, Google will find that inauthentic and spammy and not SEO friendly, and which is why you don't perform well. So to do a quick check whether you have multiple versions, you can go on the main website, remove www. Currently, the main version has www, but there are chances it could also have non-www or non ... So if you just click on that, press enter, it should be redirecting to a 301 to the main version of the website. So that's a good sign. Now, the second kind of version is when there's HTTP and HTTPS. So if you remove HTTPS, let's see, does HTTP version exist? And it doesn't, it's getting redirected. Let's see another version, which is a slash and not slash. The current version doesn't have a slash. So if you put a slash, let's see if that exists. And that doesn't exist because it's automatically getting redirected to the non-slash version. Sometimes there are even like capital letters. And that's just like a random check you can do. But so far, there's no issue in terms of that. So it looks good. There are no duplicate pages, which is a great sign. Let's go with the site speed performance. Of course, a lot of us know Page Speed Insights, where we can do a quick site speed check. We get a detailed analysis of each and every issue that is present in the website from mobile to desktop. Desktop version is pretty good. It's decent, but the mobile version has a lot of issues in terms of the performance, and you can find each of these issues over here, from FCP issues, LCP issues, what is a speed index. As you can see, if you just do a quick check, a lot of these issues are in terms of CSS, JavaScript. Their pages are not compressed properly. Yeah, you can find all that details over here. You can work with the developer to ensuring that the performance is improved by letting them know what issues are present on the website. So you can add the details over here, which I have based on the information provided by PageSpeed Insights. Let's see if they have passed their CSS and JavaScript minification. But yeah, they have failed in terms of minification of JavaScript and CSS, which is why we have kept fail. Their gzip compression as well is failed. If you're wondering what the heck is CSS, JS, and gzip compression, basically our web pages content, if the size is too large, that can impact our speed, that can impact the performance of the website, and we need to make sure that they are compressed properly to ensure that it performs well in search engines. Google hates slow pages, and if your page is really slow and laggy and loads for hours and hours, Google will not prioritize your website in terms of ranking. So you need to make sure that these factors are checked. In terms of mobile usability, as you could see, it did not do very well, so we have kept a fail over there. In terms of the responsive design check, they have a decent responsive design, but however, in terms of their AMP status, it has failed. You can go to check the AMP, you can just add the URL here in this AMP Google AMP's test, and it shows that it's not an AMP page. So you need to share that with the developer. Now let's go to the security and the HTTPS factors. It has an SSL certificate. We already checked that, so it's valid. They do not have any mixed content issues, which is why we have kept a no. They don't have a HTTP to HTTPS redirection. We checked that as well, so that is a pass. In terms of security vulnerabilities, we did notice that there are a couple of issues like cross-origin links, missing referrer policy, missing content security policy, which is why I have mentioned that. To make it easier for you and the developer, what you can do is you can add the list of links that have these issues over here. For example, if you want to share the links of redirects with the developers or images with the developers, you can just share this you can share the number of links over here. Let's go with the URL structure and optimization. The URL length is SEO friendly. There's not that many issues. If you want to go with the total list of URLs, you can just check the total number of, let's say, indexed pages. They do not have underscores. They don't have any capital letters in the URLs, which is a good sign. Which is why we have passed most of the metrics in terms of the URL keywords, length, and readability. They have their canonical tags implemented as well, which is why we have added it over here. In terms of the structured data and schema markup, it's a pass as well. I checked their website, and they don't have the best schema markup, to be honest. Like, they don't have their FAQ schema. They do have the article schema in their blogs. However, they could improve it by adding, as I said, more schemas, especially in terms of the branch pages, in terms of their home page. You can use a schema validation tool to understand how many schemas are present and which have failed, which have passed. So yeah, which is why they have passed for their schema validation. They don't have any incomplete schemas. They do have rich snippets present in their blogs, especially they did have article schema and a couple of other more. In terms of the duplicate content, we did go through this. They don't have any duplicate pages or title tags. They do have their canonical tags, which shows Google that they don't have any alternate versions of the same pages. You can see that their canonicals are not present only for their cart page, which is understandable. However, they have canonicals set for each and every other page. They don't have any duplicate page content, as you can see, none found. So they have passed that checklist. In terms of the XML, sitemap, and robots, their sitemap is not accessible. And this is what I was explaining prior in terms of their accessibility. So why this is important? People who are differently abled need the sitemap to be accessible to them so that they can easily go through all the pages that are present on your website, which is why a lot of websites, they add their sitemap in the footer of the website or anywhere else, let's say in their About Us page, in their menu page. So you need to make sure that the sitemap is accessible. Again, I'm not the owner of this website. I don't have access to this website's Google Search Console. So I have just presumed that they have their sitemap submitted to Google Search Console. You can, of course, add a yes or no based on the website that you're handling. I have also added a yes to presume that they have their robots configured. So now the last part of this template is the recommendations. What technical issues are present and need to be fixed on a priority basis, which factors are not that important but need to be fixed in the long run. You can add that over here. I have added the priority issues to be the mobile page speed and performance, which is lacking. In terms of the suggested fixes, I have mentioned that they need to compress their images and size to make sure that it's SEO friendly. Most of their images are in PNG or JPG, which is not good. They need to make sure it's the WebP format, which is the SEO friendly format. Their CSS and JavaScript needs to be reduced. Their text has to be compressed as well. And last but not least, you can add the next audit date. For a bigger website, it has to be quite frequent and regular. For a smaller website, you can do once in a quarter, once in a year. It's completely up to you and the website's requirements. That's basically it for the example. I'm so out of breath, but I really hope you guys understood each and every factor. Again, if you have any doubts, we are available in the comment section down below to solve all your issues. Thank you so much for watching this video. We really hope you found it helpful. Now, if you want to go through this template and start using it ASAP, just head to the description down below. We have linked the template there. And if you found this helpful, we would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And do support our channel by subscribing, liking it, and also staying in touch so that you can be updated with our further templates that are coming up. And of course, if you want to go through our previous templates too, we have them all in the channel, from on-page, competitor analysis to off-page. We have covered a lot of it and we have more coming up, so stay tuned. Anyways, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching and stay in touch. Have a great day. Bye-bye.